developed some cards because I noticed that when kids were thinking about decimals, sometimes they got a little confused. So I want you to take a look at this first. This is my empty container here. This is the old empty one. How many squares do you think are on this? What do you think, my dear? 100. It's just like here. Okay, so I did that on purpose, but I like this card almost as much as I like the carpet. I want you to pay attention. Do you notice that not all the lines are the same? Do you see this big thick one right here and this big thick one over here? Do you think I did that just to make it cute, or do you think there might be a math reason for it?
Math reason.
Okay, turn and talk to a neighbor about what you think that math reason might be. Who could give me a thought? What do you think? Why did I do it?
Because it could be split into fractions.
Oh, it could. Tell me a fraction that you immediately see.
I see, like, it's split into 4.
1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Ooh, I like that idea. Yeah, absolutely. What else were you thinking?
So for the example, when every time you put it on there in decimals, could it be in decimals like 200ths? So when you did that, every time we're gonna put one, that's equivalent to 2500ths.
Oh.
Or that.
Were you in my brain when I was developing this product? I think you were. That's exactly it. I wanted kids to see what decimals really looked like. Okay, because I can look at a Target ad and see 79 cents. But what does that really look like, right? All right, so I'm going to put some cards out here, and then we're going to use the language of decimals to talk about them. Okay? Those are kind of interesting, aren't they? A lot of black, a lot of gray. How about a lot of dot and let's move on? Is that precise enough as a mathematician?
No.
No, not at all. Who thinks they might be able to find to identify one of these using the language of decimals? Which one would you like to do? Ooh, what's that one?
I think it's 700ths or 7/10ths.
Okay, 700ths or 7/10ths? Can it be both?
Yep.
Yes.
No.
Turn and talk to a neighbor because I get confused by this. What do you guys think? Can it be both? This is just into your conversation. Okay, so we have some person saying it's either, it might be 7/10ths, it might be 700ths, it might be able to be both. Did you have some conversation that has clarified your thinking, or would you like to hear from other people? Okay, so what we need to do is be supportive of her thinking. If you're thinking in a different way, you're going to say, I see where you're coming from, but I'm thinking this. Okay, who'd be willing to do that? Would you be willing to?
I see how you go 7/10ths or 700ths, but I think it's 700ths.
Because?
7/10ths would be, I think, 7 of those like lines all filled out.
Oh.
And then 700ths would only be 7 dots.
Oh, so you're saying 7/10ths and 700ths are different. Okay, okay. Does that resonate for you? Do you understand what she's thinking? Do you need to hear from somebody else? Or where are you in your thinking?
I also think.
So you've changed your thinking now too? Oh, excellent. Okay, so so how in the world would I write that down on a piece of paper? 700ths, what does that look like? So we'd have to start with 0, right? 0.07. Excellent. Do you guys all agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, now, do we have a 7/10ths here? What do we have? I'm so confused. Holy smokes. Do you have anything that you think might be that other card we were talking about? 7/10ths, 700ths, or either of these? It's all about you. You have to come and, you got to come and tell me some things here, mister. Yeah, okay. Tell me about it. I got to know.
I know that it's 70 because I know that this is 100.
Okay. So if you're saying this is 70, 70 what?
70 hundreds.
70 hundredths. Come prove your thinking and show us how.
I knew that there's 3 rows
Okay.
Missing.
Oh, 3 rows missing, so 30 missing.
I know each row has 10.
Oh, look at you. So 70 hundredths, and then what else could we call that?
0.7.
Okay, it's 0.70. What if I just wanted to get rid of that old 0 at the end? What would I have to call it then?
0.7.
0.7. And if I used the language of decimals and didn't say the numerals, what would it say? What would we say?
0.7.
Or just 7 tenths. 7 tenths. Okay, so may I see this one? Okay, so this one actually, it's kind of like a bad guy. It's got an alias, right? So we can have 70 hundredths if we think about each little dot. But we can think in tenths if we take and make a strip of each full column. So there's 2 numbers, there's 2 ways that we can say this. Okay? Are these different?
Yes.
They're very different, aren't they? And this is the #1 mistake in decimals. This is the big bad boy. People get nervous about this, the difference between this and this. And when you write it down and you forget old 0 the hero, oh, it makes a big, big difference. What did you want to say, sir?
I just want to go on that one.
Okay, what do you want to say about it? Is everybody ready to hear this? Okay.
I did it. So
Yeah.
If I know it's 100.
Yes.
And I've been fourths.
Yes.
I know these 2 are 25.
25 and 25, which makes?
25
Love it.
and then since I know these are 25,
Yeah.
I know 10,
Mm-hmm.
10,
Mm-hmm.
5.
Mm-hmm.
So 10, 10.
Love this. So I did this on purpose. I did the black and the gray on purpose because our eyes can only handle so much of one color. So this makes it really easy to see 5 and 5, or he's seeing 5 here and 5 here, and we know 5 and 5 makes 10. Or some people are going to see 5 here and 5 here, and that makes 10. So you guys get to use the tool, this tool, the way that works best for your brain. All right, what about that one? What's that one? What's that one?
7100.
Excellent. How do you know you're right?
Because there's 7 strips of 10
Uh-huh.
and 1 dot.
And 1 little left over all by itself, right? Okay. And so 71 hundredths. Okay. How would I write that down?
0.7100.
And then 0.71. Got it?
He said that
Yeah.
the dot,
Yeah.
you would say and.
And when we're talking about it, so like 3 and 4 tenths, so we can say, we've got to say it both ways. So we got to know when to use the point and when to use and. You're exactly right. Okay. I'm wondering, could anybody put these in order for me? Would anybody be willing to do that? Put them in order for me? Would you be willing to do that? All right, come on over here and put them in order for me, would you? Okay, so can I put them this way so everybody can see? And will you use the language of decimals and tell me what you have each one? Would you mind getting over here by me so we can just show your greatness? Okay, so tell me again, what's this one?
That would be 700.
You got it.
That would be 1700.
Excellent.
That would be 7 tenths.
7 tenths. And what if I wanted to think in hundredths? What would we call it?
70 hundredths.
Don't you love it how that one has 2 names? That just makes me so happy. What about this one?
71 hundredths.
Excellent. How many of you think she's on the right track? Give her a little feedback. Okay. All right. Thank you for your greatness. I appreciate that. Here's my last question for you, because of course I had another plan, but you guys were so smart that I had to make a change in plans. Do you think these would be helpful when we were doing a little comparing of numbers and we get the old less than and greater than signs out? Do you think that would be helpful to kind of think through decimals? Maybe. Here's what I'd really like you guys to challenge yourselves to do, and sadly we don't have time today, but maybe I could come back. Flip over 4 cards, because you've got a whole stack of them, and then challenge yourself to get 3 cards that will get you as close to 1 as you can. Or pick 4 cards and pick the 2 cards that have the highest difference or the lowest difference. So those would just be some ways that I would encourage you to learn more about these cards and really make that decimal piece make some more sense. What are you guys thought? What are your thoughts about them? Do you like them? Do you not? You won't hurt my feelings if you say no. You really won't. What are your thoughts about them? Yeah. Okay. What do you think? Yes.
I think they help me a lot more
Okay.
with decimals.
You think? Okay. And why do you think they might help you?
Because I have a visual of them.
And you know what? When we can make sense of stuff, when we can see it and build it in our brain and make a math movie, that is what's going to make us more mathematically powerful. Now, are we going to have to use these cards for the rest of our lives?
No.
If you are 32 years old and you're at Target still using these, I'm going to get a little nervous about you, okay?